Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is the second part to this lesson of righteous correction for our Akwath. Um, like I said, going back into the passage of Susanna, man, all it's got to do is for y'all to be in line, man. That's all it's got to take is for you guys to be in line. The Most High's going to make sure y'all are taken care of, you know? So I want to get some more precepts on why it is very important for you women to get in line and just to know, like, yes, there's going to be multiple wives. Yes, you're going to have to obey a man. Like, this is typical stuff that you're just going to have to get in line with, you know? You're going to have to. And it's going to be a beautiful thing for y'all. Y'all ain't going to have to do much. Y'all really aren't. You know, y'all make it hard on yourselves being rebellious. A lot of you wicked ass women out there make it hard on yourselves being rebellious. I just want to bring out some precepts. This is 1 Kings chapter 1. I'm gonna kind of skip around through this passage just to get the point that I'm trying to make, but it's 1 Kings chapter 1, starting at verse 1. Now King David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with clothes, but he gat no heat. Verse 2. Wherefore his servants said unto him, Let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her not lie in thy bosom, that my lord the king may get heat. Verse 3. So they sought for a fair damsel throughout all the coasts of Israel, and found Abjak, a Shunammite, and brought her to the king. Verse 4. And the damsel was fair, very fair, and cherished the king, and ministered to him, but the king knew her not. So, the point I'm trying to make with this is, King David was a king. He had multiple wives, and with him being old, he was able to get him a youthful Akwath, or sister, an Abshak. And I'm going to skip down to verse 15. And Bathsheba went in unto the king into the chamber, and the king was very old, and Abshak the Shunammite ministered unto the king. So we know what was going on between Abshak and, King David. And Bathsheba bowed and did obeisance unto the king, and the king said, What wouldest thou? So as soon as she walks into them, doing their thing, Bathsheba has the integrity to bow to the king. And we understand, King David's the king at this time, but that's how you women should be towards us. You should, be reverencing us because we are your lords, And it's like I said, we've been in captivity for a long time. Y'all's mindsets have been super, super fucked up. But I believe in the spirit, once y'all see why the Most High set it up this way, y'all are going to be on board with it. Y'all just got to get in that mindset. And it's going to take some time for you to get used to it. Most High's not trying to make you get used to it right away. No, he knows that he's got to work out the kinks of all this, the wicked ways of this world, man. Because these elites and, Esau and these Japhites, they have made sure that you women were over us in captivity, A lot of our Judite women look at us like we ain't shit. The so-called black man like he ain't shit. Like, oh, that nigga ain't shit, I can do what I want. Yeah, a lot of you women are going to be in for a rude awakening. A rude awakening. Soon. Shoot, y'all got to get in order, man. Y'all got to get in order. I'm going to skip down to verse 28. 28. Then King David answered and said, Call me Bathsheba. And she came into the king's presence and stood before the king. And the king sware and said, As the Lord liveth, that hath redeemed my soul out of all distress. Verse 30, Even as I swear unto thee by the Lord power of Israel, saying, Assuredly, Solomon thy son shall reign after me, and he shall sit upon my throne in my stead. Even so will I certainly do this day. Verse 31, Then Bathsheba bowed with her face to the earth, and did reverence to the king, and said, Let my lord King David live forever. So, even, with Abshak ministering, to him, doing what they do, we ain't gotta get too into that this video, but it just goes to show you the integrity that our women had back in the day, and the integrity y'all are gonna have to have in the kingdom towards us men. Proverbs 8 verse 4 says let's get that. Verse 4, Proverbs 8 and 4, Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. It doesn't call you women. It calls us men. So it's very important for y'all to get in line now. Because, like I said, once shit goes bad, you're not going to want to be out here in Two-Third Land. Trust me, that's the worst place for you Aqua to be. I'm going to go to Proverbs chapter 31. I'm going to go to verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no seed to spoil. Us men, we should be able to trust you women. We should have that absolute trust that you are not going to go off or anywhere, from us. You're not going to sleep with another man or sleep with another brother, because there's going to be severe consequences for that, of course. But we should have that trust in you to know, like, hey, my woman's not going to do that on me. I know how she is. We should have that trust between you guys. As the brotherhood is coming together and trusting each other, we got to be able to trust you women too. Period. That's how it's going to go. Verse 12. Proverbs 31 and 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. Verse 14. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. Verse 16. She considered a field, and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good, her candle goeth out not by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretches out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. I could keep going on in this passage. This is a pretty edifying passage, but it's just going into the qualities of, how you women should be towards us, us men, because we are over you. The Most High set it up that way, and it's never going to change. It's never going to change. So it's very important, like I said, for you guys to be right, man. As we are right to Yahushua and one to another and the brethren and the brotherhood, you all gonna have to be right towards us. I meant to get a precept for the book of Susanna. It just dawned on me, y'all. Salakia. When those, we know when those two elders had lied on her. Let's get a precept on why the Most High shuns on lying. Proverbs 12:22. Lying lips are abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. Did Susanna not deal truly? Did she not tell the truth? Those men told a lie. That's why they got put to death. Y'all women got to get right, man. Y'all got to get right. And it's not all of y'all. It's not all of y'all. But it is a lot of y'all. It's not all of y'all, but it is a lot of y'all. So, y'all just got to keep that in mind, man. I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So we know what this is going into. Society's completely collapsed. The men of the Lord are completely turned up. You women are going to need salvation through us. And the only way we're going to be able to save y'all is going into you. Marrying you guys. So that's coming. Verse 2. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. It's going into, sons and daughters that are going to be born at this time. It's future prophecy. Verse 3. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy, even every one that is written among the living in Jerusalem. Verse 4. Here's the meat. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. So, some of y'all women, y'all just not gonna get it right now. But when y'all see that destruction, y'all gonna get it then. Y'all gonna get it then. Y'all mindsets on us are gonna change completely. Some of y'all are gonna make it, but a lot of y'all are not. So, it's better to get ready now than to try to get ready when everything around, when you're in the midst of that destruction. It's not going to be very good for y'all. Get right now.